What's up, everybody? It's late on a Friday. I'm about to pack it up and go my butt home. I got my jams going on right now, kind of calming myself down. I wanted to share something that I share with all my agents here at the AskOzzy.com real estate team, and here especially at Agents Empowering Agents. It's our amazing new platform we're using to share all the things we've shared to make dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of real estate agents successful all over the United States, especially here in the Houston, Texas area. But it's what I call the 5 pillars, guys. So the 5 pillars is basically the fundamentals. It's things that I learned in a journey to back in 2014. I actually took 92 listings in 90 days. It was a challenge that my business coach put me on. And through that journey, I learned so much, guys. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you the 5 pillars. The very last one is probably one of the most important ones. But I want to go through it all with you. So I had a business coach, and she challenged me. She said, Ozzy, you talk a mean game, but you're not living up to it. I had never had more than like 13 listings at a time. So I went through this challenge. I started on November 1st, 2014, ended in January 29th, I believe, of 2015, and I took 92 listings in 90 days. I was pretty much a solo agent. I did have a buyer's agent and a transaction coordinator, but as far as the listing goes, it was all me just hammering the phones and getting it done. So what I learned a lot, and this is what I learned transcends dialing. It transcends being a cold caller. It's just the things that I specifically learned that have helped me to this day to learn to be the best real estate agent I can be, and I want to share it with you guys. So 5 things. Number 1, know your big why. If you don't know your big why, you don't know why you wake up every day, you don't know why you get your butt out of bed, you're going to have a hard time getting out of bed. You're actually going to have some days where you hit the snooze, stay in late, do whatever you got to do, and it may end up being a problem for you. So you got to know your big why. And if I want to make it as short and sweet, but here's the deal is, if you aren't clear with what your big why is, and I'll go deeper into it, if your big why has to do with money, right? Cars, houses, things like that, you're not digging deep enough. Your big why should be really attached. More than likely, it's going to be attached to a human being and your love for a human being. A certain person could be your mom, could be your grandma, could be your kids. I don't know. That's up to you. But I challenge you to dig deep and find out what your big why is. This is something that's going to get you up and push you through the hard things. If your why isn't big enough, every obstacle will stop you. If your why is big enough, you'll run through the obstacle, you'll jump it, you'll do whatever you got to do, but you'll get there. So number 1 is your big why. Number 2, we call this don't fail them, which is understanding that when you're lead generating, whether it's phone calls, whether it's relationship, whether it's making YouTube videos or whatever it is you're doing, some people stop and they start to get in their head and they start saying, well, I'm bothering this person. I don't want to call them, and I don't want to write this handwritten letter to them, and I don't want to go and do this, and I don't want to bother people and feel like I'm being too pushy. Guys, here's the deal is, it's about value. So think about it. For some people, it's your mom. Who's the most important person in your life? If the most important person in your life calls you every day, are they bothering you? No, because they have value. So you have value too. If you're a brand new agent, you say, well, I don't have value in real estate because I don't know anything. Yes, you do. If you have a good heart and you love serving people, you have value. What is that value? It could not even be attached to real estate. It could be just attached to the fact that you love people and you want to take care of people, and that could be the most valuable thing that you have. So don't get on the phones and don't lead generate and think that you're bothering people, because you're not. You have value. So when you have value, you have no problem picking up the phones and talking to people and not being scared and understanding that I'm calling because I've got something they need. Right? I'm calling because there's something I can help them with, and I need to give them a call so I can help them with whatever it is. Sometimes you won't even talk about real estate. You'll just talk about things that really benefit them. Sometimes I've had times when I've got on the phone to call someone believing it was going to be a lead conversation, and we went off track, and I helped them find a job because they just got laid off. That is value. Bring it to the table every time. Forget about you. It's not about your money. It's not about your appointments. It's about bringing value to another human being. Do that, and you're always going to win. That's number 2. Number 3 is come from curiosity. I tell people, stay curious like a child. You know, a lot of times in this business, we want to tell people, I'm going to tell you how to be good in real estate. I'm going to tell you how to do this. Stop telling people stuff. Ask amazing questions and stay curious. There's times when people give me a lead and they want to tell me all these details. I'm like, no, don't tell me anything. because I want to stay curious and I want to ask questions and I want to go through a journey with this person so I self-discover with them. Like I help them to self-discover, and as they self-discover what their problems or issues and what I can help them with, I learn more about them. We build rapport, we build a relationship. Curiosity is amazing. Remember, you have one mouth and two ears for a reason. Ask an amazing question and shut up. Just be quiet and let them talk. Listen. It's amazing. Try it. Fantastic. So we did know your big why. Don't fail them. Stay curious, right? Come from curiosity. Number 4 is come from contribution. Your money doesn't matter. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Your money doesn't matter. You know whose money matters is that person on the other side of the phone. If you're calling for an appointment, you're calling because I want to make money and all these different things, stop. Call to help the person and come from contribution. Don't ever put your money above their money, right? The only thing that matters is their financial well-being, and that's what you're here. You're here to serve them, lift them up, take care of them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with profit. You got to make money to stay in this business, continue serving people. Yet if you ever come into a situation where you put your well-being and your finances above theirs, you got a problem. Don't freaking do it. Come from contribution. It's always about them. It's always holding them higher. So make sure we stick to that, guys. And if you're doing it the wrong way, you're going to have commission breath. We call it commission breath, which is basically if you're just going for the appointment, you're just going to make money. The people on the other side of the phone, even though it's a phone, they can smell your commission breath because you're just giving off that vibe of like pushy salesman. Don't do that. Come from contribution. So we said, know your big why, right? We said, don't fail. Then we said, come from curiosity, come from contribution. The 5th and one of the most powerful ones because people quit too early is don't fall in love with the result. Fall in love with the action, right? Don't fall in love with the result with the action. Because here's what's going to happen. Many people, they get in this business and they try it out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months and they don't get the results they're looking for, so they quit. That is not how champions are made. That is not how winners are made. Guys, I'm going to break it down to the barest of everything, right? Oh, I'm going to break it down to baseball. Amazing pastime, right? Baseball. The greatest baseball players are not great because they just pick up a bat one day and they're just amazing and they hit home runs. They're great because they've seen 1,000 pitches. They've seen 10,000 pitches. They've struck out hundreds and hundreds of times. They've lifted weights every day. They do all these things, and then they get up to that plate, and you see them hit that ball, and you're like, man, they look effortless. It's because they failed tens of thousands, if not millions of freaking times. And if you look at it, even the greatest baseball players have batting averages just slightly above 300. That's 300 of 1,000 is what the average is. So that means they fail like 70-something% of the time, like 60-something% of the time. The best of the best. The hitting MVP of the Major League Baseball strikes out or takes it to the dugout or gets into out 65-70% of the time. That's the best of the best. So what does that mean for me and you? It means that we're going to strike out a lot and we're going to make a lot of mistakes. So fall in love with the action, not the result. Fall in love with the action, not the result, because the hard thing about it, guys, is you can beat yourself up all day and your business isn't what it's doing, but stick to it. If you haven't, there's a book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. He talks about 10,000 hours. The gap between a novice and an expert is 10,000 hours. Stick to it. Become an expert. Have tenacity, don't give up, and keep on pushing. And if you do, eventually this business will turn to everything you need it to, guys. So I hope that helped. I hope these 5 pillars are going to help you. I hope you put them to work in your business. I know I put it to work in my business. My people put it to work in their business. And our average around here is our agents on this team close at least 30 deals a year on average. That's crazy, right? For most people, that's nuts. But it's because they stick to the 5 pillars. So I hope this helped you guys. I love you guys. Look out for me. Like, if there's any way I can help you, askozzy.com. I'll give you my cell phone number. I'll give you my email address. Message me on Facebook. But most of all, go to Agents Empowering Agents. It's a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram, which we need to work on a little bit. And we have a YouTube page with tons of these videos. Our job is to bring value. And I believe that if we can lift up all the real estate agents and make all the real estate agents just that much better, we've lifted the whole industry, and we've lifted my business too while we're helping you get lifted as well. So let's take care of each other. Let's go with each other. Let's lift each other up. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Take it easy.